Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It is Thursday, December 6th. The year's 2018. Let's talk trading inside. Most people rather be on the inside than the outside. Like insider trading, inside information. People, they want to be in the in group, inside, but what I'm going to talk about is inside bar. I mentioned something about inside bar, so there are those who don't quite understand what I'm talking about. So I'm going to have to explain it just a little bit here today. Okay, where did I put it? I came up with yeah, here we go. Inside bar. I modified the inside bar plot indicator. So I'll have to put this out in the mother load, or where you guys know where I post my code. And the reason I don't mention it in the video is in case this video gets posted on some website where they don't really like me. It'll, I don't want to give them an excuse to ban me or any of that, or ban somebody else. So you guys know where to find my code. Anyway, you can see here I put in an indicator tag, and you can turn the indicator on or off. I've given you where you can specify the period with a little drop down menu. I added the side markers if you want them. So like here we can turn them on so you see what I mean, and everything else is pretty much the same. So you can see here the side markers just turned on. So what's an inside bar? If a bar's high is less than the previous bar's high, and the bar's low is higher than the previous bar's low, then that bar's an inside bar. And so you see here, we got a daily inside bar. Now, why is this significant? It's significant because usually when you have an inside bar, what will happen is there will be a move either above that bar's high, the inside bar's high, or below the inside bar's low. So if you look back here, you see you had this huge, well, actually, this is a great example. I think that's why I brought this up, the beast. You can see here there was an inside bar. This is a daily, D1 daily. So you can see right here on this inside bar, what happened. It's a big move outside of the inside bar. And then you see here it was followed up by an inside bar. And what happened? There was another nice move to the downside there. It opened, let's see, actually, let's find here. Here's a low, 44.59, and there's a low, 44.28. So what's that, 31 pips? So that's a nice move right there. So that's why we look for inside bars. And I believe this one was an inside bar. And you can see there was a nice move to the upside. So what I did was, the reason I've got it up here 3 times, you can see here the first one is the daily. And you can guess what the second one is. There's the weekly. And then there's a third one. Is the monthly. Now, you can also put current, where then whatever your chart period is, that's what it would show. But for now, I've got it set up, those 3. And so in the dashboard, I also have it set up for inside bars. So, whoops, not one-click trading. We've got edit the dashboard. So you can see here we've got inside bar daily, inside bar weekly, and inside bar for the monthly. And so what this will do is, if there's an inside bar, 1 bar ago, it'll come up in blue. That's so you know, hey, these are the ones I really want to look at. And as you can see here, we've got this is like three cherries in a row on the pinball machine. So when you've got these three, you see here, we've got the daily inside bar, and then we've got a weekly inside bar. And you can see here, it's already come out of the bottom of the weekly inside bar, big move to the downside. And then we've got a monthly inside bar here, which today, had you taken that trade, it'd be worth 48 pips. So that's the power of the inside bar. So I hope that explains it. Um, and if not, feel free to ask questions. And one thing to remember when you trade inside bars, money and risk management, because sometimes it can be, huge moves and you don't want it to you don't want yourself to be on the wrong side of that move, because if it does, then you can blow your account. So definitely employ money and risk management. So once again, we had an inside bar on the euro yen on the monthly. You see it almost got there, but not quite. So we're looking for a nice move above 30.13 or a nice move below 27.49. Okay, as you can see here, all the gaps have filled. Now, boys and girls, traders, you had your opportunity. I show you this week after week. And this is Thursday. There was still gaps yesterday. If you don't take advantage of these, it's not my fault. I mean, this stuff is statistics. We're here to make money. And so let's trade smart. Let's do things that we know put the odds on our side, put things in our favor statistically. I say odds, but that's odds in quote. We don't have odds in trading because odds are for future events. And you can't put odds on trading. All you can say statistical are statistics. Okay, on the daily, you see here we had that inside bar. We had a break. That was good for about 12 pips. Now, for some of you, 12 pips might not be that much, but hey, if you find yourself struggling and losing, these inside bar trades are kind of hard to beat. They really are. And you just pretty much, you're going to be with the daily candle color on those inside bar trades. So usually you have everything going your way. Now, the euro yen, only 75 pips, but the dollar yen 88, which is really interesting here. Okay. So it's kind of lagged today, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs with a range being high minus low, the current high minus the current low on the daily of over 100 pips. Now, years ago, and this is back in the when I think Three Clips was around, and shout out to Three Clips. I don't know if you're watching or if anybody knows Three Clips. Let them know I said hey. I think it was Dr. Savarian or something. Like to wait for pairs to go 100 pips or more, especially it was the euro, I think, at the time, before to trade a reversal. So that's just another little tidbit. If you traders want to research that or put that in your arsenal, go ahead. Okay, on the buy zone, you can see the pivot point was below the sell. So that was the bias. So right here, entered the sell zone, hit the pivot, came back into the sell zone, hit the pivot again, and the rest is history. And for those of you just tuning in, this is the pivot point. This is the future pivot point, meaning if the market were to close today, this would be tomorrow's pivot point. and the bars, high, low, H1 bars. This is how many bars ago the pair made the high of the day and the low of the day. So you see here in green means it made the high this bar. Red means it's making the low this bar. So you can see right here, dollar yen is making the low right now. Just move 2 pips off that low. That's how that works. And let's see, you can see the pound dollars just is making the high this bar. So those of you who are rats, you can see green rats, red rats, can definitely use this indicator here off the dashboard. Once again, the dashboard. And just for those of you people who donate in 2018, get a copy of the 2017 dashboard, because I never made a 2018 dashboard. And you can see right here, we got top of the hour, price is now coming back. At least it did for a second there. Okay, let's just move right along. Rats, here we go. We were once out of the zone, twice out of the zone. We're in between the zones, so no rat trade there. Okay, we hit the pivot. We saw that earlier. Still 2 missed pivots for the year. Price action. 1 ball at the bottom, green at the line, go long. 1 ball at the top, red at the line, go short. 2 ball at the bottom, green at the line, go long. 1 ball at the top, red at the line, go short. I mean, what could be simpler, right? That's why it's PA, price action, simple. And for those of you just tuning in, those balls are being placed by the 3-level ZZ semaphore indicator that I modified, and that's what gives this message. So you can see here, 1 ball short bias, so that means 1 ball was at the top 2 bars ago. See, 1 bar ago, 2 bars ago. So that's how to read that indicator there, which is this one that I modified. Okay, candle color at the line. I mean, maybe I shouldn't even show this chart anymore because it's the same thing day after day. You can see the Harry hindsight profits. Wick zones, you all know it. Price doesn't like staying in the wick zone. It's another statistical trade. All you have to do is just trade the breakout of the wick zone. The holo setup, you can see we had a lowest open a couple hours ago, a few hours ago, and you see the move right there. The inventory, actually, I've been saying inventory reduction bar, and I listened to the Hoffman replay of a webinar yesterday. Thank you, fellow trader, for sending that. And I don't mention you guys by name because some people don't like that. So unless you tell me it's okay to mention you by name, I'll just say a fellow trader. Inventory retracement bar. So he was showing how profitable it was. And I learned a little bit more about it, which it's always nice to learn a little bit more. Hoffman mainly uses it on stocks, and he mainly uses it on the daily time frame. And so you can see here, there's the daily. So there was a daily long trigger here and a daily short trigger here. And you can see here what happened on that daily short trigger. Price action at the line. You can see we're going up on the tick chart. Einstein line, once again, just take a few pips, be happy. So that's it, fellow traders. I guess you don't want to be on the outside, you want to be on the inside. And as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So get out there and drain the banks.